Impact the youth. Are we excited for it? Huh? Okay, he said he's not excited. Okay, thank you very much. Impact the youth. Thank you very much. And are we together? Okay, so I am Director Fautia Talushu, and I'll be the moderator for today. So, okay, quick one. So, can somebody guess which building we have today? Just raise your hand. Where's my other mic? Thank God. So now for introduction. The last training we are officer public order. A member of NYPD which part of the official part? So yes, corporate outer collection. Lagos NYPD because we could have Apapa Lagos within Ogun State. So if you don't put Lagos behind Lagos, you might stay or Oyo. Are we together? So I just want to understand that when we want to go and so I thought I put so Lagos NYPD. So please go ahead. Yes.
I am probably said right about from Telugu, Lagos State, London. So the name of this video is Youth Out.
Youth Out. Okay, which facility are we right now? The building, the know is for Lagos Youth Out. So which facility are we right now?
LYDI.
What does LYDI mean?
Lagos Youth Development.
Okay, please, are we giving a round of applause? Development Institute facility. And we will be training for today. And I guess someone would ask me, what was her name? When I said director. So I am director of the Media Communication and Public Relations, Lagos State Development. So everyone knows right. Thank you so much. So I'll be the moderator for today, like I said earlier. And we have two local branches here. We have the Ferodu and a Papa Olego. So it means that our five people, sorry, I don't know, really they are calling. I've mentioned your video for God. I'm so sorry, our five and this is very great. So to officially start the program, we start by doing the national anthem, by reciting the national anthem. So please, are we on our feet? We have somebody who has very good voice than my own to lead us to the national anthem. You are honor, giving to me. I don't know the national anthem. So can we all start? So 1, 2, 3, go. much. Thank you, everyone. And the next on our agenda is the opening remarks. So, a very quick one. What are we here today? I'm very sure everyone of us is here. I got this out. Can we give a round of applause? Fellow people, what happened? The class is not working. Can we give a round of applause to my camera? I think we need to take a shot of the Apapa. We need to give them a shot, like pictures. My phone is fine. So, like I was saying earlier, the opening remark, and I'm very sure everyone of us are here. You know the reason why we're here today, right? Okay. So anybody else I know why you are here? I'm very sure before you step out of the house, there's always a reason why you step out. So you of course know that I can get for you free. Yes or no? Yes or yes, comrade. No. Since we send you back, we don't know why we're here. So we are here for a training, and Leadership Development Institute will do the honor to train us today. And that is what we are all about at LYDI, training leadership capacity. I'm also going to have a slide where you get to see more about LYDI. But right about now, it's just for us to have an opening remark about we are here. So we're here for a leadership training. And government. For his fellow new Lagos NYC and also Apapa Igomi Lagos NYC. So the couple of minutes we love to familiarize with each other. Meaning we need to get to know ourselves. Before I started, I started with my name. So of course you all know my name, right? You don't know my name. Don't worry. It's not time for how many minutes? It's probably 13 that goes. So, we're going to start with introduction. And one after the other, we will introduce ourselves. You have just 30 seconds to do your introduction. If you want to tell us the whole bio about it, I think that's excellent. So that depends on how you want to tell it. I will collect mine. So let's start with my honorable. Please, can we give a round of applause for this beautiful family? Please, I need your hand to be down. Now, I will tell you your hands together for her. She is the first person to get it. And she didn't get there before 10. I mean, before 11. She got there for 10. And then can we jam our hands up together for this family? So it is a 1-1. So, and for that beautiful one, the secretariat have a gift for maybe, and that's helped a lot of things for us, meaning that we should get wherever and praise as they are possible. So let's start with our covering. Please take a second for introduction. Build the nation.
I am from the Pastoral Language. I am member of the NYC and Apapa.
Is that?
Member, yes.
Let's go. The treasure of which? Apapa Igomi what? NYCN local brand. Then is that how you want to sell yourself to us? Just your name and your estate. That's the second one. Thank you. Over to you, man. Build the nation. Please hold on a second. Do we still remember his name? Nobody from Papa
From us here.
Yes. What's his name again? Can you talk about what? Honestly, I did not. Because it was not audited. But can we talk Olam Muyi? Olamuye. Not that Comrade Elutope. Okay, over to you. You the nation.
My name is Comrade Olorun Ojora Olamide, and I'm the General Secretary of Akofa Ibomu Local Government, NYC University, Sasa.
Commission together. Apapa Igom, Lagos.
Okay, Akofa Ibomu.
NYC local government. Is that all? Yes. You do not say yourself. If you are doing something like some part, then I cannot tell me. Okay. You the nation.
My name is Prophet Aziz Sirian. I'm from Apapa Igom, Lagos. My name is
Thank you very much.
Be the youth.
You the nation.
And comrade Kofi Agui from Apapa, from
Lagos.
Lagos, NYC, local branch, and program officer.
Local. Welcome, sir.
Be the youth.
You the nation.
Officer.
As it what?
Aziz our idea. Precisely identified by Nigeria.
Mr. Nigeria.
Coordinator of Apapa Lagos NYC Local Branch. I'm an educational consultant. I'm a researcher and a content writer. If you need anyone to do that writing for you, I'm your supporter.
Okay, so welcome.
My name is Raymond.
My name is
Comrade Raymond Olivia. Treasurer, National Council of Ikelodu Branch, Lagos. Ikelodu Branch, Local Branch, Lagos. National Youth Council, Local
Iwari.
Branch.
Ifelogu Lagos. NYC local branch. So after your
I
name,
think that correction okay, my name is Comrade Raymond Olivia. Treasurer, Ikelodu Lagos. National Youth Council, Local Branch. I'm a software developer. I've been both web, mobile, and desktop. And I'm also an instructor, a facilitator, who trains people with over 40 years of experience.
wow. Welcome. Invitation. Comrade. You just children to the back. Nice one.
Really, my name is Comrade Inside Brian Malawi. Deputy Coordinator, Fellow Lagos NYC Local Branch.
Please let's just hands together for him. Impact the nation positively.
My name is Comrade Sulaiman Fuan. Comrade Sulaiman Fuan, the coordinator of NYC and local branch, Lagos. I'm an accountant by profession. I'm also a digital specialist. Likewise, I'm also a sportsman. Yeah, thank you.
You the youth. Impact the youth. My name is Comrade Abina Abina. I'm a assistant general secretary of Fellow Lagos. Fellow Lagos NYC program. Okay, Director, please can you help me with this about the LYDI? So while we are out to watch the LYDI display about LYDI, you need to familiarize with the organization you are getting trained to. And also we have some of our directors around. This is one of the directors for the media team. We also have the volunteers of the media team. We have the secretariat, when we call the secretary of LYDI. Those are the two secretariats, the powerhouse for LYDI. So please stand your hands together for us. Thank you so much. So we are about to watch LYDI. So just read through. I don't need to necessarily talk about it, but if I need to I will jump in. So that's, what do you mean by that? We don't have brochure. So, are we together? Are we together? Okay, so when I say are we together, we are going to give me yes, yes, we are together. Are we assured in that? Are we together? Okay, good. That's more like a motto for us. No. There's no. You can see I don't say yes or no. I think yes. It was intentional for me. Whenever you see me asking a question, you are wearing a black cap, yes or yes? You can see that I didn't put no there. So it was intentional. I don't want to say no answer. So quick one. Is that what?
Sometimes there might be a no.
We are together. We should be together again. So we have somebody that does join. I know you're just setting down, but just take your time, set it down, get introduced to the house of God. So quick one about LYDI, who we are. The Leadership Development Institute, LYDI, is a bold and visionary initiative designed to raise a new generation of transformational leaders in Lagos State and beyond. As the flagship program of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYCN Lagos State Chapter, LYDI is committed to equipping young people with the knowledge, tools, and values that need to thrive personally, live professionally, with integrity. We are more than a training institution. We are a movement dedicated to building purpose-driven leaders who are civic-minded, ethically grounded, and socially innovative. LYDI provides a comprehensive platform that blends leadership development, digital empowerment, and entrepreneurship. Also, civic engagement and all. Now, we want to give an history of LYDI. What is the history of LYDI? LYDI was conceptualized under the P3 agenda: professionalism, productivity, and publicity of the current NYCN Lagos State leadership. It's a matter of strategic response to the urgent need for a structured, inclusive, and impactful youth development framework in Lagos State. It's launched to tackle rising youth disengagement, unemployment, and leadership burden. LYDI was designed to fill the gap between potential and performance by nurturing young minds to become ethical, action-oriented, and visionary change makers. It's cohort. Do anybody have idea that we've done cohorts in 2025? Do you have idea that we've done a cohort at LYDI? Please jam your round of applause for us. Jam your hands together for everybody. So we have our first cohort in 2025, and we have our next cohort of 2026 with our application is out. I'm sure every local branch has seen our application, right? My coordinator, please, who's the coordinator for come report again? You have seen the application form. Your people have started applying, right? You have 18 to get. Also, we need to understand that, okay, join 40 participants from each of the 3 senatorial districts of Lagos. That's the reason why I'm asking. Both you have shared with your people so that they also have access to our code if they are qualified. And also, Lagos West East, Lagos Central ensures statewide inclusion and community representation. LYDI aims to train over 80 youth annually, offering them mentorship, field experience, and access to strategic networks that accelerate growth and leadership impact. Now, what we stand for, at the heart of LYDI, there is a deep belief that youth are not just the leaders of tomorrow, they are the catalysts for change today. So I usually tell people, we are in this time that you are the leaders of tomorrow. No, the leadership starts today. That's why we're grounded. We are grounded with training, controlling, so that we can be well prepared for that future, right? And we exist to unlock leadership potential of their future and the development of their community. We have programs that we do. We have our vision. Our vision is to be a leading institution for youth development, empowering young people to become transformative leaders and active citizens them, driving sustainable growth and innovation in Lagos State and beyond. Now, we want to test something right now. Do we have data on our phones? Please check online. Go to Google. Now, what you're going to ask Google is that which youth institute? Give me the top five leadership youth institute in Nigeria. Top five. Don't do youth. Top five leadership youth institute in Nigeria. I want to see some. Top five leadership youth institute in Nigeria. Top five. You have to please can I go straight? So we are at number 3. And before we are actually at number 2. Right? Now it is number 3. How did you tell it? Top 5 leadership youth institute in Nigeria. That was what I said, right? Coordinator. 5 for your own. Let me see you ask. Top 5 leadership youth institute in Nigeria. Number 2 at your own end. You can see. So that tells you that we are top 5. Either we are 2, we are 3, we are 4. Please turn your hands together. So, why am I asking you all to share? For you to know that we are leading already. That is what we want. We are not just leading in Lagos, we are leading in what? Nigeria. So, our vision is to be a leading institution for youth development, empowering young people to become a transformative leaders and active citizens, driving sustainable growth and innovation in Lagos State and beyond. Now, our mission to provide an inclusive, accessible, professionally structured platform for youth empowerment, equipping young people with the skills, knowledge, and ethical values necessary to succeed in their personal, professional, and civic life, while contributing meaningfully to the socio-economic advancement of Lagos State and beyond. Do we have any other slide again about LYDI? So these are our core values: excellence, integrity, inclusivity, innovation, empowerment, collaboration, respect. Do we have any other thing? LYDI matters, the foundation of a transformation needed for business development. If you are going through our program, these are the things you'll be seeing. Civic responsibility. We also have a competency-based, impact-driven curriculum, capstone projects with real impact, real community impact, civic responsibility as the multi-sector strategic partnership. We've had series of partnership recently. Over the years we've had partnership. So if you go on our social media page, we're right on YouTube. We're live on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on X, we're on LinkedIn. Right? So this is our partners. These are our partners actually. So these are just our partners. We have more that will join you this very soon. Do we have any other things to show? These are the projects, highlights of our activities that we've done so far. Our session has GIZ, LYDI launch day, photo session has GIZ management at Leap Africa at the local government area. This is the chairman of the local government area. Our session at this place, you can see how the setting is like the way you guys are right now. We also have a partnership with the Mind Lab. We also have a partnership with Glamour Exclusive Fashion House, partnership with Civic Life. And yes, for us to get in touch with us, I've mentioned all our social media and you just like LYDI, Lagos State Development Institute. And yes, we have our website, lydi.org. So you can check our website to also get more details about LYDI. And yes, our phone number, our email, and our address. Thank you so much. And that's all about LYDI. So, now that we've familiarized ourselves, Comrade Limon, Comrade Aziz, those are the two coordinators, and we also have the other experts of Apapa, Lagos, NYCL, and the fellow Lagos, NYCL. Now we're trying to get into the business of the day. Before we get to the business of the day, can you please call the director for me? That is our director general. I'm very sure some of us are familiar. If you've been in LYDI for few years before, you will know him as a capacity is somebody have idea of which senatorial district was given? Two, Apapali. Lagos West. So can we jam our hands together for the Director General of the Dr. Ademosu Jami? Welcome, sir.
Wow, I'm seeing my friend. A great one. For the what position? Wow. Good afternoon. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Yes, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Build the youth,
Information.
impact the youth,
Information.
so without missing one, people at this city, our hard work have really shown that their own leadership in this administration is really going to be high level for everyone in peace. It's all indication. You deserve it. You deserve it. You know, it's part of the leadership for you to see how you want to bring teamwork to play. For you to initiate an idea and see to its implementation. Either it's the coordinator or someone else. Somebody initiated the idea of let's have something uniform to show that okay, we are one team. Now it's just an idea at that level. To make it come to reality, rest on the shoulder of the coordinator. Do you understand that now? Let me just give you some real. LYDI, Lagos Development Institute, is an idea conceptualized by the Chairman of the Youth Council, Engineer Adede Ibrahim. So there's a leeway in the constitution that gave that power at the national level. He said it, he conceived it. He now said, MJ, you are going to have this table. It does not have any structure, it does not have any manual. No state has established LYDI, institute, no state in LYC chapter according to existing. But Chairman said you have to do it. So it's my duty to see to its implementation. And we sat down, with commitment and belief, resoluteness. These are things that made me select my team and ensure that LYDI comes to life. Today, I can boldly say that LYDI has impacted over 450 youth directly and over thousands of youth indirect impact on the social media level, webinar and all of that. Now we don't see them, but they have gained one thing or the other from LYDI. That's indirect impact. So where I'm going is that starting from what I just saw from Peloto and from Nigeria, sorry, our high government. It's a good one. First and foremost, I want to welcome you to LYDI, Lagos Youth Development that is dedicated towards development of young people. Anything that has to do with value, development, improvement about youth, that's our primary assignment. To train youth to have a better productivity at the level of youth council is our constitution. At some point, the constitution was stated from an executive officer at whatever level, you should have passed through LYDI. Why? Because it was a broad different curriculum. Now look at the back. Look at the back. You can see our curriculum over there. That curriculum from module 1 to module. These are powerful content that if you're able to go through it, it will have a great impact and transform it to become a better leader at the end of the day. So that is the focus of everybody. And since we have come to live since last year, we do have an annual. Because look, it wasn't easy. But eventually we did it. Over 600 young people will get it applied. At the end of the day, we screened them to select 30 best out of them. So these 30 people went through the 3 month program. And today, I want to say that this young child
They are doing fantastically well in the outside world. They are impacted their lives. That's our future. I want to urge you as an executive. Now, what led to this is out of our mandate. We are the first set that will be training among local branch executives. We noticed that when inauguration is being held, it takes time, or even some people achieve it at the end of the day, for a local branch to stage a retreat, leadership training for the executive members. Everybody is divided. This is happening. You can't blame someone who you not train. If you don't train me, if you don't inform me, why would you blame me about it? You shouldn't blame me. You shouldn't blame me. Hey, you two, you have t-shirts now. Why don't you not coordinate them to wear your t-shirts?
We went for a dictation in this before. It's more like you do it with a white shirt. They never watch that.
They never watch that. Please let me clap for that. This is a about 2 grades. So, what I'm saying is that we think that from the state chairman, he felt that because we have the institute that is responsible for training young people, let's incorporate it as part of your mandate. As soon as we inaugurate a local branch, we should stage the training for them and skills. And we have designed the training in 3 modules. Yes, 3 modules. The first module is going to be around history, constitution of youth council, norm and tradition of the youth council. Another module is about the administrative focus of this administration led by HDW, professionalism for publicity. It is expected that as a local branch, you align your administrative focus to that of the state. The state is leading by example, so you should also align with it. So we have also got a resource person to do that. And also, third part is going to be the leadership integrity. Yes, for leadership values. I must commend the first person that got here today. Fresh. His job integrity also be addressed today by integrity also be addressed today by a very great person that we are inviting. It's all this we do today, and we want to bring out attention, the active, let the participatory around, so that at the end of the day, you can just have another round table among yourselves. Okay. Some takeaways, these are some points of training that we used to operate and all of that. As some takeaways, these are some points of training that we used to operate and all of that. As well, let's adopt this, let's do that. So we wrap that and ensure that we have a smooth administration. It is the joy of the chairman, the state chairman, to see your local branch collaborating, to see you, doing a whole lot of things. I can say this because while I was serving as the vice chairman Lagos West, I did it. It's not rocket science. It's not that we are telling you to do what is not achievable. Do it as a coordinator. It all depends on your leadership skills. Managing challenges. It's a failure on your part if out of 11 executives you're only working with 3 people. And the remaining you are fighting here, it's failure on your part. No matter the story, it's a failure on your part. Do you understand that now? No matter how you get spoken about, it's still your responsibility. The coordinator is the leader of all executives. The executive is the leader of the whole of the council. So you as the social secretary, you are a leader. In as much as an executive, you are a leader in your local branch. Do you understand that now? So we want you to pay enough attention to this training that we have. Ensure that you get the best out of the facilitators that we have provided. They have taken their time to prepare all the content, and I'm sure it's going to be worth it at the end of the day. At this juncture, I want to welcome you once again to LYDI facility and wish you all the It's the next 3 hour, 4 hours program. Training is a workshop. You understand that as you participate. And I want you to express yourself. Please express yourself. It's not just one-side conversation. Please ensure you are communicating. At the end of the day, you find it work. Thank you very much for coming, and I really appreciate you all.
Thank you, sir. Please come, give them that hand. Thank you so much, Gigi. Like I said earlier, it's about education. That's the thing. We have all our facilities. So, when we're trying to wait for a facilitator, that's a comrade, a sorrow, a book. Yeah, Yoruba. You said it.
So I don't make us sure.
Hold on a second. We are Yoruba. So the thing is that you want to enter the scene. God will catch me. Once I enter the scene, for me, say I will remove myself. Yeah. So we are Yoruba. Some of us, we don't sabi. That's we are going. So comrade, what again, sir? He said this as sorrow. Yeah. So we have comrade Asoro, Abubakar, the Vice Chairman, Lagos East. We have to tell us. Yes, comrade Asoro, the Vice Chairman, no, that has to do with administrative focus of NYCM. We want to write that down. Administrative focus of NYCM, Lagos State, professionalism, productivity, and publicity alignment. Don't worry, the going to be displayed very soon. Writing materials here. Don't worry. Very soon. You get a level where you get some surveillance. In your surveillance, you get vote back, you get very soon notification. So I want to read through the citation. Are we together? Are we together? So I want to read through the citation of Comrade Asoro, Abubakar, Olatuji, ACA-RB, of Youth and Community Development in Lagos State. A man of women's resilience and intellectual depth, his career is a masterclass in servant leadership and institutional reform, legal leadership and administrative excellence. Asoro's foundation in jurisprudence was solidified during his tenure as the Secretary of the Law Student Association of National Open University of Nigeria, now, where he managed the administrative engine of one of the largest legal student bodies in the country. This passion for justice and mediation led him to become an of the Nigerian Institute of Chartered Arbitrators, ACA-RB, a title that reflects his professional capacity to navigate complex disputes with diplomatic precision. Pioneering youth governance is strategic. Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Are we together?
Yes, we are.
Are we together?
Yes, we are.
His trajectory within the National Youth Council of Nigeria, NYC, is marked by a steady merit-based ascent. He served as a legal advisor and subsequent for people where he translated policy into grassroots empowerment. His influence expanded to the state level as the vice chairman of NYCM Lagos Youth. Can we jam our hands together as well? Overseeing the interests of the youth across the state's eastern senatorial district. Nationally, his legislative prowess is unparalleled, currently serving as the Speaker of the Youth Assembly of Nigeria. Hey, what a factor. Where he presides over the deliberations of the nation's future leaders in parliamentary excellence, humanitarian and community service. Asoro's leadership extends beyond official title. He is the president of Hey, yes, Tech Islamic Foundation, an organization dedicated to spiritual growth and social welfare through development. He serves as the former state secretary of the Lagos Community Youth Development Initiative, bridging the gap between urban policy and local needs, a survivor and a warrior. for public health. Please jam with that together because I'm also a public health person. He's also a recognized TB champion. What does that mean? A tuberculosis champion. Leveraging his personal journey and platform to lead the fighting against tuberculosis, advocating for better healthcare access and destigmatization within our community. And in conclusion, can we run our hands together? Can we jam our hands together rather? Comrade Asola Abubakar Olatun is more than a leader, he's a bridge builder. Whether in the hallowed chambers of the Youth Assembly, the lecture halls of the legal faculty, or the heart of the Korodu community, his life remains a testament to the power of courage, character, and consistency. Can we keep our hands together for Comrade Asola Abubakar Olatun, the record.
Build the youth,
Build the nation.
build the nation.
Build the youth.
I don't know if the book established, but it's very important that I treat our amiable DG for helping us to translate our dreams, the youth council, into reality. The constitution of the youth council provides for what we call Lagos Youth Development Institute. But for many years, that section of the constitution has been lifeless. It has been lifeless. But because Lagos is a state that always sets templates, I don't know if you must have had it somewhere too, that the national defense of Nigeria began in Lagos State before it went to other parts of the country. So the youth council Lagos is always bearing a shoulder of setting standard for the rest of the federation. And since the LYDI has been lifeless in the constitution, with the inauguration of the Lagos Youth Development Initiative and the able effort of our DG, we have set another standard for the rest of the chapter of NYCM in the country as regards youth development, training, and education. So you please help me to jam your hands together for the DG and its entirety for the beautiful job they are doing. In fact, many people are beginning to ask us if they have started 10 years ago, because in fact they are not doing like a beginner, they are doing like a pro in this development system business. So thank you so much. And I want to also welcome you to this training. I greet the coordinator of Tomato, my friend, and all of you, the executive here seated, we want to greet you. You are seated here in the hall of history. In the hall of history because history is beginning with you. And any day, anytime you'll be able to tell people outside that when they started training the executive of this council, we were the source. So, whether what we are doing is constitutional or not, in fact, the constitution said that before you become an elected official, you must have passed through this institution. That is to say, by the time that they are inaugurating you or that you are contesting an election, you must present certificates that you have graduated from this institution. But because for over years we admitted negligence, because over the years the state chapter has not finished anybody. So how can we now have them to present certificates? So that is why we did not make it a preventive site for you to have that certificate before you assume office. We now decided that once you assume office, we will start training you and you are going to have a certificate so that you will be constitutionally qualified, constitutionally sound, and constitutionally mentally ready for the job ahead. So, and it's on this note that I would want you to please help us to also jam your hands together for the state chairman who has treated this necessary for you to have a smooth beginning. I don't want to call you too much because we have a lot of the session, and I want it to be as interactive as possible. When the state chairman was contesting election, you know, for every administration needs to have a particular agenda that they sell to the people while they are contesting, and that agenda needs to shape this. It's an honor to welcome our board, our guy, Lagos State Sport Trust. I was inaugurated yesterday as a member of Lagos State Trust. As he is probably shaking your hand on the first hand after assuming that. So, welcome to the chairman, sir. So, like I was saying, every administration needs to have a mantra in which people are, elected them to work this on. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wrote on what mantra to assume office as president. The new hope agenda, and that is the agenda of the administration. Governor Sanwo-Olu wrote on this agenda, 6+ agenda, and that is the agenda that set direction for that administration. So our chairman also wrote on a particular agenda that held and won the hearts of many of the young people in Lagos, and that is the local government. So, and that is the agenda, and it is that agenda that sets pace for everything that we do in NYC Lagos State chapter. Also as the local branch, you must also see that key into that agenda, because unlike one of local governments, our Maparo in line with the local agenda, our Maparo in line with the policy agenda. So that is why also when we have our agenda at the level of the state chapter of the council must also keep into it. And what are the key 3 agendas? I'm sorry. Productivity, publicity. So very simple. So it means that everything that we are doing in the council must be under the umbrella of those 3 agendas. And so I don't want to bore you too much with the mission, administrative. You already know the administrative agenda, professionalism, productivity, and publicity. Well, we still the same thing, let me not bore you. But the goal actually is that, as a local branch, as a state level, even if you have an agenda that helps us to assume office, we must also key into the government agenda, because we are working together as a partner of the government to deliver on the dividend of democracy, contribute democracy as the youth leadership of the local government. That is why to all under the PCA agenda, it is also important we also make sure that we comply with the things under the law that we have this inclusion, disability, and all that. And also the new agenda of our president. Strategically, the PCA agenda is able to ensure that we empower 100 across 20 local government and 37 LTPs in the country. So, at the state level, we have like 3 hierarchies. We have the, okay, let's say from the national level, we have the national body who can help me again. Then we have what? The zona, the zone, southwest, south. Then we have the state, then we have the central, then we have the local. Then after local branch, we have thank you. So, but we are not really giving life to our law. That's one constitution for our TV and voting. So, but the chairman has a very mandate that we should begin to form those who work for, and they are going to be inaugurated together very soon. So, we have the mandate as professionalism that other professionals agenda to ensure that the proper the work they do are put in place. So, responsibility of local branches. Too much news comes to say on the responsibility. I believe that you know strongly that part of your responsibility is that you carry out advocacy programs, you look at issues affecting your community, come up with solution-oriented programs for those activities. It's always very important that you look at the popularity of your community to come up with programs. Not just think that because at Ademosho they give a particular program, you want to do it in a part of it. What is applicable to a part of them and not be applicable to you. But under the professionalism, under our professionalism, our mantra of the P3 agenda, one of the basic things that we expect you to do that has not been done or has not been done before in this country is to ensure that we have a database on all three sectors and especially across the after. So you have a database, you want to have a database of number one, your CBOs, community-based organizations. We have a situation where we want to come conduct elections from local branches and there's no accurate data as to how many CBOs do we have, how many PIO do we have. I believe that we know what is called CBO. What is CBO? Organization. Then what is PIO? So the CBOs are like the annual club, represent standard local government, youth, the family youth movement, those are the CBOs. But voluntary youth organization, in most cases, they are already organizations that are affiliated at the state level. And they become automatic member of the own local branch instead of like the forest now, dead guys, and so on. So you must have a database of them. That's one. Number two, you must also have, if possible, have a database for membership of each of those organizations. For example, how many members get guide have in the local branch, how many members do other CBOs, how many members they have. Then we know for example, you have estimated database CBO is 20, PIO is 10. Meaning under each CBO, only 10 times 20 is 80, member is 10. If I know, PIO not 10 times each of only 10, that's mean database. What does that help you to do? When you want to, for example, the database number one, just to have information and professional database and live profile of every of the member of the organization. So when you have opportunities that you want to share, you can easily access the database and see who is qualified for those opportunities. And also, for example, we used to have some NGO who want to partner. They want to know your strengths. When I was the coordinator of the Kodu Boys, for example, we got a grant for Society for Family Health. But before they came to that grant, they said they came to assessment. And one of the things they shared was number one, our database. Did we have the strength to be able to carry out their project? So if we are trying to, what we are trying to do at the state level is to professionally position NYCN for global standards so that international opportunity, you are well positioned to assess them. And out of all the local branches of NYCN that applied for that standard particular year, it was only my local branch that was given that grant. And why? Because as assumption of office, I have done my database and I created the document for it. I have it. And I also have one of the things they also share is financial record. We are going to get them. So it is part of our professionalism agenda. Then one of your responsibilities is program implementation, boots on the ground, local awareness training workshop, community and social advocacy, this safety talk. So in fact, naturally what helps you to show your presence in your community is recurrent and from time to time programs and activities. And like I have said earlier, you have to do what we call a solution-oriented program in your community to be able to be relevant. For example, at the time in my community when I was a coordinator, a particular community developed with an emergency all this group. what did we do? We have to engage the community good enough to got another grant from I think it's also that Society for Family Health program. We got the grant and foundation. Today I can authoritatively tell you that those caucus members now, even if we have program in the community now, our government they will be at the forefront of that program. Most of them, the community is now very, 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 very peaceful. Because one of the most peaceful community in the US as I speak. So we have to look for, and part of the things also is work and all that to make sure that we. So at the state level, there are some programs that are more like compulsory that you have to also incorporate into your agenda. That's your framework for the year. And one of it is what we call World School Day. Because we believe that strongly that one of the major challenges facing youth, especially in Nigeria, is unemployment and lack of skill. Skill can be formal and informal. And that is why when every year when we celebrate World School Day, we challenge our local branches to participate in the challenge by training youth in their community in various skills. So at the end of the day, we have the best local branch and we give them awards. At the same time, we also have a lot of partnership with GSS and others to train youth with formal skills. So but each time when the World School Day, we always want to get involved in informal skills like tailoring, bead making and all those informal skills. Young people, even if they are not being white collar jobs, they are well skilled. Then part of the responsibility is being a bridge to power and authority. Like I said earlier, there is a bridge between the youth and the local government. So you must ensure that at all times you relate with relevant stakeholders to ensure that you welcome the training of young people in your community. You must have a good relation. As often of office, one of the first things that you should do is to do what we call the stakeholder engagement. Make sure that all the stakeholders in your community take place with you. Make sure that they know you. Make sure that the value your communities know you, the order your communities know you, the police know you. So that when there are issues, you are their first point of contact. And of authority. Because when you are working, you say, I don't think that this one here. When I was working on some people that get stuff for free. Because the police will always be there. They want to be bigger. They will come with van without taking time. Normally, the man will follow our community but none of the time that we have taken calls, and because they know us, they know that we are a stakeholder in our government. Then administrative and financial accountability, this is very important. Like I said earlier, the communication is very important. The secretariat has to become the engine, the engine of the administration. The documentation has to be top notch. You must be on top of your job, and an effective administrator, an administrative person or secretary, you go a long way to divide the process of the administration and whatever the coordinator wants to achieve. See, the coordinator will wake up every day and think of how to get money for program, what program to do, how to go and go to do this, what to do that. And when those things are going on, sometimes they want documents. The coordinator will call you, you have to provide the document. You have to make sure that during meetings you don't come late. Come and get back to the meeting batting the second thing that get attendance to you. You have to make sure that you also send out minutes notice of meeting at the appropriate time with the approval of the coordinator. In fact, for the process of any administration, the secretary must see the coordinator not as his rival, as he or her leader. Are you getting? And you must be able to see yourself. You have to work strictly hand in hand and that will help the local branch to grow very well. And then àti mo ní kẹ́ ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn mi ò ní pé you should use the hand to address the policy or sign for money. Then another one is accountability. The financial secretary has to keep accurate record. See, we have a provision in our constitution, and it's an impeachable offence. There are so many impeachable offences. As the ESCO, if you have come from your duty, it's an impeachable offence. If you don't attend meeting for some particular period, executive meeting, it's an impeachable offence. Another impeachable offence is financial accountability. Now, annually we do what we call annual congress. I am sure that the coordinator must have attended a few ones before, and some of them. So at that congress, what we do is that the secretary will read the administrative reports, the programs, activities that have been done from the year for the year, and the financial secretary will give account of financial reports, and the financial report has to be adopted by the congress. Two of that are adopted. Expo judgment and impeachable offence. In fact, that congress can also decide to pass proof of no confidence on you, impeach you, because the highest organ of the youth council. Congress, you know, we have two types of congress. We have elective congress. We have annual congress. The annual congress is where you give account of stewardship and your accountability. So, and it is held every between October to December every year. So basically, why not inaugurate the incident? We are expecting that by November, December, October, November, December, we are going to join the League of Local Branches that are doing annual congress. What does it show? It shows to the community that you lead that you are a trustworthy person, and they will give account of what you have been doing and the finances you have been receiving. Àwọn tó bìlì wípé pàtí coordinator débẹ̀ ni wọ́n á fáìn sí náà tóbi sí. Pàtí coordinator bá dìbò àkáǹtì owó tó ń ná, wọ́n lè gbé àwọn tó jẹ coordinator lówó gan. Because for example, at our own state annual congress last one we held, we realized that we are owing the state chairman millions. So wọ́n ti gbé àwọn èèyàn ti máa rí chairman lórí Facebook lórí ká chairman ó fáìn sí, wọ́n máa wọ́n gbàbí chairman owó ní transfer chairman fi. So for congress yẹn ló padà tó pé àjẹ àwọn ọmọ tó ń jẹ chairman lówó. So what supervision, that one is the responsibility. But at national level, we also supervise you. You must submit a quarterly report to your PC, a quarterly report of your activity, and so we used to have, like you said, at the RIC of this country, we have what we call Senatorial Management Committee. You will always attend Senatorial Management Committee. It can be the coordinator that will attend, and whoever he assigned that will attend. Whenever you are at that meeting, you are going to give report. The meeting is always held quarterly. You give report of your activity in your local branch, and also submit a hard copy of it to the vice chairman. So at the state management meeting, the vice chairman will also read out those reports to the chairman and present the report, the senatorial report to the chairman. Secretariat as the engine of the local branch. You can see that we are dedicating a special slide for the secretariat. So one of the things that we must do is that these are some of the powers of the secretariat. We have what we call centralization. That is why the secretary must be available almost at every time. Or if it's not available, the secretary is available. The assistant secretary is available. Because when the secretary is not available, go down by lower take it is the treasurer that helps you to take the minutes of last month's management meeting of your local branch. And then the next one, the treasurer did not complete. It is the financial secretary for it. It is the financial secretary that is taking the. So you now want to, you are now looking for, they now said the secretary should come and read minutes. And say, the minutes of the last meeting. So the decentralization, you are the custodian of all branch assets. Any laptop you, any document that you are using at the secretariat. And sometimes you don't actually physically keep those assets. Sometimes some of those assets sometimes some of those assets is with the coordinator. Ó lè jẹ́ bóyá ẹni laptop ní local branch ní ọ̀dọ̀ coordinator ló wà where wọ́n náà lò. But you must have a record of all the assets. Whether the one with treasurer, whether the one with inside, all the assets that you have in your local branch. And also the official stamp of the branch is either with you or sometimes with the coordinator. But if it is with the coordinator, you must have record of whoever it is with. That's centralization. Image management, that is for our PRO, 10 PRO. PRO. It's PRO, okay. So, you are the image maker. Iṣẹ́ tí gbogbo àwọn wọ̀nyí ṣe Ọlọ́run ní jẹ́ kó já sásán. Sometimes they might be doing little, but PRO over amplifier do appear as if they have done the work. And that is why image making is very, very important. Official correspondence and documentation, establishing paper trail, the inward and outward message time. You know, there's something they do in the local government. When you come to submit letter, they will register it, write the date it came in, the person that brought it and all that. So you must have that. It helps you to have the record of when letter comes in and when it goes out. You know, they might argue for you, let me just take it from us. We have committed letter to you since 2 months ago, and you said, and you have beat you did not meet up with the deadline. So you are going to 10,000 naira, and he said no. We have our inward and outward law. Our inward and outward law shows that this letter arrived a week ago, and so we are not indebted to any fine. So that is what it tells you to do. And when international organizations are also granting you, these are the things that they look at. If you are, and you must always look beyond local government for your funding. So if you are looking beyond local government for funding, you want funding from national organizations, NGOs, you want grants, you must do all these things. You must reference numbering. Even if you are releasing notice, if you have seen the state notice, if you have seen the state notice of meeting, you will always see a reference. And the coordinator must have seen some of those notices. You always see a reference number on it. It helps to track the number of notices that you have released and all that. Standardized branding, you know, one of the things that under our professionalism agenda is that we don't take branding for, we don't take it for joke. You must have seen, those of you that were at the Congress, you see the what is this thing called? The folder that we did. We went as much as printing and branding it. Look at branding. So you must take branding seriously. I want to commend apart from me. This is part of branding. So this is part of branding. You must look unique when you go out, and it helps, you know, it helps to let people see you as a well-coordinated person. Digital records, you know that you know this and that. Video, you want to people will be like see. Camera is always in your face, and it is in the Youth Council Constitution. In fact, there is a particular section that said that we must at all times record all our activities, even meetings, management meetings. Page 94 also. You must always record management meeting. Must record. So you can go and read page 94 of our constitution is there. So you must always read, and the constitution even said that at all times when it needs to be provided as evidence, goes to scope level. You know the so you just present the evidence. There's nothing wrong even if secretary is recording voice when you meeting, but that recording must not go beyond, because you also sign the oath of, if you look at your oath of office, there's what we call oath of confidentiality. is your goal. It's not for you to go and be releasing it for people or to go and be, snitching. You only provide it when it is necessary with the authorization of the coordinator. So, meeting procedure, notice of meeting, you must always be notice of meeting at least 48 to 72 hours. The constitution, you will see it in page 90 on quorum. So the issue of quorum too, the issue of quorum, I want to deal on it very well so that you understand how our quorum are formed. If you look at section 95 of our constitution, what is the, who can tell me the quorum of management meeting? How much management meeting? Actually, the quorum about what is the quorum? 50%. Thank you for the half. 1/2. That's 50%. Then Congress. What of? No, it's also 50%. It's also 50%. So, and at an elected Congress, that one is 1/3. However, even Congress has the money. That one is 1/3. So these are the things that have to be known. I would have loved, I don't know, on the issue of motion, there is something that happens now that I noticed that is very cumbersome with most of our local branches on the issue of motion. So for example, when you are moving a motion, you are not expected to speak for more than 5 minutes when you move motion. So everything you can go to page 95 under the motion so that I don't take too much of your time. Then you have the issue of law resolution. You must always come to a resolution on every agenda. Management with me. You are discussing how to share the constitution. Then you are not completed. You have already moved to how to distribute water. You must always use resolution on every issue before going to another one. Because that resolution is going to shape the meeting. Next slide. So membership registration. We have talked about membership registration. But youth council is like, I want to say something about this membership registration. Because youth council has a procedure for membership. And that procedure is now limiting some people who can even add value to the system from accessing the system. Before you have council, you have to belong to a particular CBO or QIO. Then there are some youth in your community, very educative, ready to serve and all that. They don't belong to any of you. And sometimes they will come and meet that we want to join the youth council and you genuinely want to admit them. So what we used to recommend in that case is that the coordinator can use his discretion, admit them as member, recommend some CBO in their community for them to join. Then they cannot be participating in that. Because when you have programs, you need people who are ready to serve and all that. So you can new member. So we have talked about financial ledger. The financial secretary must have the way the secretary must have the ledger for a minute for our attendance. But attendance is very important because it is one of the ways for you to determine active and inactive organization. So the financial secretary must have ledger where he or she keeps our record. Your ledger can be e-ledger and it can be an hard copy ledger. Like for example, our own state financial secretary, because of the professionalism under our mentor, she uses an e-ledger where she keeps record of her activity. She has a system worksheet. She has a worksheet on system where she keeps record. Adherence to protocols and ethics, constitutional discipline. This is very important under our professionalism. If the coordinator is presiding over a thing, you don't compete the coordinator. Even if the coordinator is younger than you in age, you have to always respect him as the leader of that local branch. All of you must respect your offices. You must respect your offices, and you must know that you have a leader. The coordinator and all of you too must also respect the chain of command. When you have issue in your local branch, the first person you relate with is your coordinator. Your coordinator, when he has issue or something he needs to discuss, he doesn't talk to the state chairman. The first person he relates with is the vice chairman of the senatorial district. Then the vice chairman also will jump to the president. The vice chairman reports to the chairman. So that is the chain of communication, and we must always respect this hierarchy. In the youth council, this discipline is becoming eroded, and that is why one of the reasons why discipline is very important. The vice chairman can be your friend, but when you are in a meeting, you must respect them. Maybe the vice chairman, you have a seat, there is no seat, you must respect them, or the chairman, respect them and give them the honor. Because even if you find them outside, respect them. You find your coordinator outside, respect them. What does it mean? When you are respecting the leadership of the organization, what it only means is that only the Bible will say, only so the way you respect them is how people will also respect you and also take it serious. So dress code, and that's why then disciplinary measures. So we must do fighting before we sanction. People must not come late to meeting. The secretary will not come late to meeting. The coordinator will not come. Members will not come late to meeting. Escorts will not come late to meeting. And when you come late to meeting, the constitution under yes, lateness and fine. Under page 94 also. Page 94. The constitution empowers the presiding officer can be the chairman, can be the coordinator. And it can be, it may not be the coordinator, maybe the coordinator is not around. He has assigned the deputy coordinator to preside over meeting. Whether they like the deputy coordinator or because the constitution allows that. Once a management meeting is properly constituted and the coordinator and the coordinator is not around, the management can agree that one of the head of CBO to preside over the meeting, or one of the executives first. I think coordinator is delegate to bring your right officer. So anybody can be a presiding officer. So once that presiding officer finds you, you must pay. The power is in the constitution. Good council. So there is discipline in good council. See, representational ethics. Local officers must get clearance from coordinator before granting press interview or making public statements on behalf of the council. Something happened in one of my local branches in Lagos sometimes ago. Secretary one release note the coordinator on extra. In fact, as a member of the executive, you cannot independently sign any press statement. Even if you want to release notice, it has to be approved. Yes, the constitution said the secretary convened meeting with the approval of the coordinator, with the approval of the chairman, with the approval expressed in the sense that it can also appear in the notice, release. Announcer, PRO, approved, coordinator. And sometimes the coordinator you have told the coordinator and the coordinator has to propose. What is the but it was always of the coordinator. And like what that thing is also trying to say is that you cannot come to the state level, even state management meeting. You cannot just say because you are doing management meeting, you just walk in. No, you must get the clearance from your members of the management and secretary coordinator. So if the coordinator is not going to available with him, he's going to have express clearance or approval of the coordinator, and the coordinator has to send notice to the state that I am going to be represented. So if you don't have the capacity, if you are not in the capacity to represent the coordinator or your local branch everything, it can be worked out and should not feel offended. So some of the discipline in office, punctuality, respect to authority, so we have followed. So, yeah. So it's also under our productivity. So we are finished discussing the professionalism now under the manager, line with construction of income. Then now we are going to the productivity, effective planning and execution. And see this English program that says he who fails to plan plans to fail. So proper planning is very important. You must always have a to-do list. First of all, before the year begins, it is advisable if you have you do a retreat for your local branch, and that retreat you come up with the framework. Because what we used to do at that time is that after that retreat, we come up with the framework of the programs we want to do for the year. We are going to present it to the local government before they go for their own budget retreat. So in fact, I did it to the level of that, to the level that I realized local government, what they do, they don't really used to have a realistic budget. But come and ṣe wọ́n ti láwọn template percent command load. So láti kó budget sí department ní wọ́n kò fọ́ sí pé wọ́n lè sọ pé youth carnival, youth regalia, àwọn kan tó make sense. Àwọn fi owó síbẹ̀, àwọn kò owó target. So but what we used to do is that I was using our own framework to influence what will be in our budget. So àti ṣe àti buy àti owó síbẹ̀ àti present ẹ̀ sí wọn. So owó yẹn àti budget yẹn náà wá gbé síbi budget youth. Well, when we came in, the budget was just 1 million. By the time I was leaving, the budget was like 3 million, 4 million. Because we were always presenting work of our activities. So you must always have that. And then the thief, I have the secretary now, and even the coordinator too. This is the project we have in progress. This is the project that we have concluded, and this is the project that we want to do, so that you'll be able to track the. Then you must know this is very important. That heading, the coordinator is going to carry it to the head of the administration. That's resource mapping. Where do I see money to do this program? Where do I see money to do that program? You must be able to identify. I want to do program. In fact, I used to advise our local branches. You can do a zero budget program. You can do a zero budget program. Program to be anyone else. What do? You have to do resource mapping. Okay, this program that we want to do, for example, want to do advocacy on TB, on end tuberculosis. You want to do that program, one of the things you need is what? Actually, town hall meeting, advocacy, glory, how to end TB. So one of the things that you need is what? Oh yeah, a space, that's a hall, a media personnel, and even address system a bit. Chairs and table, then you may probably want to have item 7, Abi. So now, while I was the coordinator, number 1, we need the hall. The council has the hall. I will go to the sharp. Look at it. Sure, you check out the roof enjoyment at secure. I said you have good relationship with your stakeholders. Now, we have good relationship with CDC, and they have shares. They have like 12 persons of shares. I love about CDC, yes sir. After she program with government, you? I don't know anything about media. I'm sending your mom unlock share in your mouth. They have 12 persons of you. Share, they don't know. They have 5 persons. ṣe àtìkúrò bẹ̀. Council planning address system. The council PR, they have an address system that so ẹ̀kọ́ máa lọ sọ fún sílẹ̀, and you have good relationship with those officers. Wọ́n á ní good relationship àwọn kan náà máa sọ pé àbúkọ́ báyìí ṣáàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ o bóyá jọ tí ń pé ọdún bá lọ kí wọn ó fún wọn ní 1,000 owó káàdì. Ẹ bá ti ní ìdí ìkíní yẹn àwọn ọmọ máa ń máa ṣáàjẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tó máa ti mú lọ́dẹ they will present it. Ẹ̀rọ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ti fún bẹ́ẹ̀ kí ló ti kù. Refreshment item 7 from contributing donation from you or some of your community leaders. How your particular community leader is the CDA chairman or a particular community member to something by you. Only the people who put in 100,000 source mapping. Then media, I have local blogs that believes in what we are doing and they know that we are serving humanity. They are ready. I have like 3 of them. Impact, understanding what they do for you for free. We have are you there pé ẹ ti ná millions. So that's it. Next slide. Next slide. We have discussed this. So publicity. Next slide. The agenda is publicity, and I think we have briefly talked about publicity. One of the things that you must do is unify narrative. Your narrative must align with professionalism. Like I have said earlier, whatever you are doing, you have to be professional with it. It has to be productive and the publicity. So unified slogan. In the youth council, our slogan is what? Build the nation. So you must not be seen doing another thing. Brand asset, magnetic use of my resolution and my logo. Side road, graphic tool panel. Have you seen any of our graphic and take tool panel? More of panel has to make sense. Don't go and use our graphics from the. Even if they are doing Canva graphics, you can find volunteers among you. Can find volunteers among you that can do graphics, something that makes sense. Crisis management. Something happened in one of my local branches in Lagos. They need you, other coded power. I'm just trying to, and it didn't happen in my territory. We are just trying to manage that image now. Ọjà ti ti di débi pé wọ́n kó ìjà yẹn lọ bá political stakeholder wa kan. The local government they are working enough to have a chairman that is willing to do. Wọ́n fún wọn lówó, wọ́n wá pín owó láàrin ara wọn. Wọ́n ti wá, wọ́n fọ́ lówó wọn pín wọn owó ti program. Wọ́n wá pín owó wọn pín ẹ̀kọ́ adájà sílẹ̀. Wọ́n tún wá lọ kó bá àwọn political stakeholders. Láwọn tó yẹ kó máa rí pé àwọn òpin lówó ẹ fi ṣe program. Wọ́n wá rí pé àwọn òpin lówó ẹ pín owó ni. Ẹ tún wá ń jà lórí ẹ ṣe pín owó. A lot of image damage for us in the community. To the extent that that person is even a strong political stakeholder in the community. Ó lè máa fún ọkàn, ó fún ọkàn tó máa fún ọ, ó stop it. Because he has seen that in pé àpapín of nation. So you must manage crisis. You must manage crisis. Crisis ni yóò gbọdọ̀ kọjá ibi tẹ̀sí ń kó o gbọdọ̀ kọjá nu lé yẹn. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ gbà fún coordinator, you have to because ẹ̀kọ́ tó bá tẹ̀ ajẹ́ tó bẹ́yà judgement yẹn kò tẹ́yìn lọ́rùn ẹ̀kọ́ gbé sí pé ọlọ́run ló gbé síbẹ̀ tẹ́yìn ọ̀la ṣe kí ni. You don't use this to cause trouble for that local plan. Débi pé ìlú ilé náà ṣe kó ìwọ òfé yàn ní jẹ nǹkan ní local branch we have some local branches now that up to now still settle we have not even been able to inaugurate them based on issues that the past exco created. History will not forget you. Ẹ̀bá nǹkan tẹ́ ṣe tó dé ìyàwó ọmọ olóṣèlú bẹ́ẹ̀. Báyìí pé bíbàjẹ́ lẹ́fẹ́ bàjẹ́ we will also go down with history as a spoiler. But ẹ̀bá tún ṣe yòókù. So you must know how to manage crisis. Know how to manage crisis. And there is also an hierarchy If there is issues that you think you cannot resolve, escalate to the VC, escalate to the chairman, and you must also follow the process of reporting. Content vetting. The logo, that's where the coordinator has a lot of jobs. You must vet the content that you are releasing. One man will release the Oyibo bad English. You are doing PR, you are releasing content, you are releasing notice, you are releasing publicity. Take it serious. Then there must be proper vetting. Neutrality. It is always said that the Youth Council is a non-partisan organization. So we must not see you under the office of Youth Council, under the name of Youth Council, promoting any political without your office. Individually, it's participation. But under the Youth Council, you have to be neutral. What I mean, I can be the same person as this my brother. He released notice on maybe he's supporting a legal agenda, but he did not put his office, what's the office? But he did not write and say sign financial secretary. Anyway, say that about me. Some of us is he's acting as an individual person. So we must always avoid that. But in most cases, even in most cases, you know, on the day you were sworn into as escrow of Youth Council, up to you to prison, you must at all you avoid public dabbling into public issues. Even the coordinator, even if he has an opinion on something, the office does not allow you to say it. For example, you have issues, you are the coordinator of the local branch, you have issues with your local commissioner. Maybe if there is a particular youth build, he has not built. If you want to engage him to build it, you have to be technical about it. You cannot descend into the arena of like an opposition party. Attacking him. You have to be very, very technical about it. And that is one of the disadvantages of being in leadership position. So you must have official handles, social media. About that. So we have talked about authorized spokesperson. For the social media, you are granting media on behalf of the fellow local branch. No, you must be authorized by your coordinator. And the coordinator cannot speak on a state issue without the authorization of the state chairman. Something happened at we were doing an international UK program at Blue one day at the reporter came and said we need someone to talk to on the media. My coordinators were there. I had to authorize one of them to go before he was able to say. So you must always when you are dealing on issues that is beyond your jurisdiction, you must get permission from the head of that jurisdiction. If you are talking about a state issue, the chairman is the head of that division, you must get permission from the state chairman. Thank you so much.
Please, can we jam our hands together for Conway and Son for our battery or last? For Conway and Son for our battery or last to keep. Thank you very much, sir, for the amazing, insightful, educative, and informative session. You know, it's a 1 hour session. But do you actually feel like it's forgotten for now? It felt like you spent it like 3 minutes there. I was looking at that and sat. So can somebody give us a summary of, you know, let's jam our hands together again. So, do we have a question and we're definitely going to give answers to it? Or we have something in depth, if I want to give extra time in just 1 minute. And I want somebody to summarize everything we learned so far from this presentation. Papa Ikomu of Melody. Comrade Aziz. Maybe we should find it for the people if they are not coming. Comrade Aziz. And in as much you are in the midst, it comes to NYCN. It's not a position. You know it's that.
Because you know the state.
Hold on, Mr. Aziz. Addressing as Comrade Aziz.
He uses ambassador, right? I think that is the title. He has a preferred ambassador.
So we would actually not be coming.
Yes, if he doesn't want to comrade by.
No, sorry, let me come. So, as soon as we have there's going to be another session that will talk about history, ethos, tradition, norm of the council. So, one of the norm and tradition, because we are asking, is there a confusion? Is there a confusion? So, there are some things that are not in the concept that are norm, and there are places where we apply norm. There are places where we apply traditions. You understand? And there are places where we apply, we don't norm for constitution. You can't substitute tradition for constitution. Do you understand? So comrade is addressed to those people that are doing some level of volunteerism in youth organization, unions, and amongst others. So however, if you choose not to be addressed as a comrade that have another title, preferred, you understand that now? Comrade is very bad. So I think it's about.
So you prefer that coordinator Aziz. Coordinator Abusulia. Please, can you give a round of applause for him as he tells us what he has learned so far from our honorable capacity facilitator of the first session. So speak right. You have 30 seconds.
All right, thank you very much for being us all. The first part of the session where you discuss professionalism as far as the youth council is concerned. It made us understand that membership take up is a very, very important aspect of management. I think the training actually reminded myself and my secretary that we have to send out a link for our management administration today. And I have to do that this very so, I also made mention about World Skill Day, which means every local branch, you have to pass, you always say do it, you pass it. So if you are not organizing training session, how do you pass it? So, I grab that from this as well. I did something from his explanation that you have to have a produce. And from everything you grab out, you have to go down calendar from here. You have to only monitor all those 90 from the backboard without monitoring. And then you progress, have you been able to achieve it at all? Then finally, I get an idea that we want to, because we have met our cities, but I don't even know we can actually rent chairs from there. We can get 2 chairs from there. So from that idea, I've noted it already that we are meeting our
And you can also have a zero budget project. Thank you so much. Mr. Aziz, thank you so much. So quick one, in 30 seconds, can we have coordinator Sulaiman representing? No, I actually want you to do that. Thank you so much. 30 seconds, please. Build the nation.
Actually, we have a lot concerning so far so good. We have learned here today, or we have learned so far as actually in line with what we are presently working on as a body. The answer of the actually these are in our pipeline that the secretary is actually working on. The answer of the publicity also, we are also having a good shape towards that. And likewise, that of the CDC and okay, you can make your collaboration with. We are even in collaboration with the CDC. I can get the last meeting we had. We got to check from our CDC and some other active, yes. So.
Round of applause for a fellow people. So at this moment, we would love to do a presentation to our pastors. First, over to you. I don't want to know that.
Thank you. All right, build the youth. Yes, so we just want to at this juncture appreciate the facilitator. Please join me up together for me. The vice chairman, National Council of Nigeria, Lagos East Federal District. He was our only vice chairman. So it's not saying, but then. I'm a man of integrity and fairness, equity. So I hope because I'm the product of Lagos West, but then it's visible to the blind and audible to the deaf that when it comes to central districts, that is all right, so at the level of LYDI, I want to say a big thank you to our facilitator.
Thank you very much.
I want to appreciate you for all you have and the branded support of LYDI. Support of LYDI. Support of faith of LYDI. It's not just manage it and talking to you.
Thank you very much, sir. So, we are moving quickly to the second session. But while we're having the second session, I know some of us would love to break. You can take, okay, sir. So I know some of us would love to pray for reasons, right? So we'll have a 5-minute break, and then we are having that 5-minute break, meaning that by 1:28 we start. So officially by 1:40 we start our second session. So I have to be some of us to sit officially 8 minutes, and it starts now. So if you want to pray, please do that now. If you want to relax a bit, relax for. By 1:40 we are starting the second session. So please do. What do you say? Mosque, yes. Okay. Let's go. Just end the life. Yes, end it.